Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedic, go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Of course, with Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injections for weight loss. Remember, you do the whole thing over telemed. They can ship your medicine anywhere in the country. Never any contracts, and the lowest prices. Learn more, uniquephysique.com. And, of course, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Okay, y'all. Hope your Thursday's off to a fantastic start. Recorded a locked on crossover episode so my buddy Dave Schultz, who many of you may remember, Dave, who spent a lot of years in Lafayette and then was in Mobile and now actually lives in Kentucky. Dave does Locked on Sunbelt. So he, instead of having like one individual show for all the Sunbelt schools, he does Locked on Sunbelt, like my buddy Chris Gordy, who does Locked on SEC. So did a crossover episode, which is live now with Dave for Locked on Sunbelt, for Locked on LSU, excuse me, with Dave from Locked on Sunbelt. So he was able to give me a lot of insight into South Alabama. And I think what was interesting for me in sort of learning a little bit about South Alabama is, so they are 2-2. And I know a lot of people have focused on them scoring 87 against Northwestern State and then beating App State this past weekend the way they did. And I've done a little bit of hand waving of it because I saw them lose to North Texas on their home field 52-38. And they also lost to Ohio U. And they lost 27-20. Well, it turns out they didn't have their quarterback for that game. So one reason certainly why the offense might have been in the tank for that one is their starting quarterback was out, Gio Lopez. Fluff Bothwell is their running back. Everybody's going to enjoy saying Fluff Bothwell. And then, of course, they put 87 on Northwestern State, which is a bad FCS team. With all due respect, I mean, Northwestern State's a very proud football program, but they have just not been very good lately. And then, of course, very impressive what they were able to do this last Thursday, a week ago tonight, as a matter of fact, against App State up in Boone. But I think it's fair to say right now, like, how good really is App State? App State went to Clemson and lost 66-20. Their two wins are over East Tennessee and East Carolina. They beat East Carolina 21-19. So I don't know, man. You're trying to do the whole comparative analysis thing and the transitive property. I don't know how that works out, but I think what was most interesting talking to Dave, and y'all can go check it out. Look, I mean, Brian said the USA games has me slightly worried. I'm going to tell you don't be. But the one thing that was interesting is I think, especially given Major Applewhite's background and what we might think of USA, their offense is not necessarily a spread you out and throw it. Their quarterbacks, I mean, this actually sounds a lot like South Carolina. Their offense is their quarterback's a big 240-pound guy, and they'll run it with him downhill out of the shotgun. And the running back, Bothwell, is another big guy. He is, I'll give you his size, his measurements. Bothwell is 5'10", 219. So similar size, stature to like, I think Darius Geis, Darrell Williams, like those style backs. I'm not saying he's those guys, but I'm saying physically, right? And then Lopez, the quarterback, is 6 foot 220, and he has again missed the Ohio U game, but like against App State, he carried 7 times for 105, had a long of 50. Sound familiar? So for LSU, I would tell you the real onus is on this defense to do what they did against UCLA and not allow the long runs like they did against Nichols and against South Carolina. I got my coffee. So we got K-Cups again. Okay, let's say some good morning, y'all. Thanks for being here. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. As always, shout out to our sponsors, Brock, Parrish, need North Peach, go to Brock, need roof, you call Parrish. Unique Physique and Restored Motions. Unique Physique, those are the weight loss shots that everybody hears about. You want to learn more, remember, whole thing over telemed. Never have to go in the office. They can ship you your medicine anywhere in the country, so you don't even have to be in Baton Rouge. Lowest prices, never any contracts, uniquephysique.com and Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. They're all linked on YouTube and tagged on Facebook. Okay. Hey, Melody, good morning. Hope your day's off to a great start. Brian, good morning. Jonathan Martin, woo. Randall, is Lattimore playing Sunday, and how effective do you think Taysom will be? I mean, I would assume Lattimore was going to play on Sunday. He played this week against Philly. So, yeah, I would assume he's going to play. And Taysom was a full participant on Wednesday. So they said he missed last week with a bruised lung. He's a tough dude. That doesn't sound like something you come back from easily. But, I mean, he was full participant on Wednesday. It'd be one thing if he missed practice Wednesday, was limited on Thursday, limited on Friday, and then tried to give it a go. Like, he's a full guy. I mean, he did everything. So if you're out there doing everything on Wednesday, yeah, I fully expect him to do everything that you would anticipate him doing. Lonnie, good morning. Is that say Gordy morning? Gordy morning. Oh, gosh. You know you're a Drew Moscona fan when. Strong side, good morning. Hey, Wacky Chris, excited to get younger players reps going into the meat of the SEC schedule. On talent alone, LSU should beat USA. Can't overlook anybody. There's truth to that. Brian, you may have covered this yesterday in AFR. Your thoughts on the many facets of the UNLV quarterback situation. Yeah, Brian, I actually did. I think we did that in hour 1 yesterday. So if you want my full long comments, we even cut it up into like a short that's on your YouTube and Reels on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, everything. But yeah, I mean, this is going to surprise absolutely no one, but I'm not mad at that kid at all. He was promised $100K. An assistant coach promised him $100K. He gets to campus. The head coach says, I didn't promise you that, so it's not valid. In his career, like, that kid's not going to he's not going to go to the NFL and be a superstar quarterback. So this is like the only time in his life where he has earning potential through football. So he's trying to maximize his value. I don't blame him at all. Not one iota. There was a promise made, not kept. You feel like you can go somewhere else and make money next year, do it. If that's what you want to do. I have no problem with that whatsoever. In the same way, like, my point is, I don't know how we get to a point where we hold the young people to a higher standard than the adults. Why is it okay for coaches who have signed contracts, who recruited these players, sold them on a vision, got them to campus, and then they can just leave? Millions of dollars in buyouts being slung everywhere. No worries, but it's not okay for the 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old to go get his? Come on. You don't have to like the system, but blame the adults in the room who screwed up the system. Don't blame the young people who are finally taking advantage of it and being able to maximize their earning potential. Cajun Country, I like the idea of freshmen playing. It'll pay dividends in a few years. You just have to be patient with it. You know, that's really that's the kicker pun, is you have to be, Sean was a kicker. You have to be willing to be patient. Say, look, I'm going to play the young guys and I'm going to take my lumps. So you play Ahmad Bro, you play Don McKinley, you play Gabe Relaford, you play PJ Woodland, you play Deshaun Spears. We might see guys like Xavier Atkins and Devon Keys this week at linebacker. We'll see. That's kind of the commitment you're making. You're saying, all right, we're going to go play the young guys, and we're going to be better for it long term. It's just the question is, how long is long term, and are you willing to be patient? Wendell, good morning. Let's see. All the professional commentators ripping the UNLV quarterback. I could not believe it. Leave the dude alone. Yeah, I mean, it's the problem is, I say problem. The reality is, I should say, it's just groupthink. Like, it's so pervasive in media, in sports media and regular media, whatever. It's just groupthink. I mean, it's people who see a story, they're trained and conditioned to think a certain way, and so they regurgitate the same talking points. How could you leave your teammates high and dry, middle of the season? College football is a disaster, NIL, there's no loyalty anymore. It's all that. It's the same thing. Brian Penn, good morning from Northeast Maryland. All right, I bet you're having some, Brian, I bet you're like into like autumn there. I'll bet by the time you get to September 26th, you probably got like beautiful. It's probably like 55 degrees and leaves are changing colors and stuff. Probably beautiful there. Bailey, Joe Sloan has to be recognized for quarterback development. Good point. Sloan certainly gets a lot of credit for Jaden's development. And obviously Garrett Nussmeier has been fantastic. So that's a huge selling point too when you're recruiting. Kelly Gross, good morning. Fish, what up, my dude? Dane Bergeron, what up, Dane? Damon Gilmore, good morning. Tiger Diver, morning, Scone. Enjoyed a lot on crossover. Thank you, man. Will you do any more like that this season? Yeah. So, quite honestly, it's just my fault for we did it the first week for USC, and then there isn't a Nichols show, and then I just forgot to do it for South Carolina and UCLA. And that's just making sure that I'm communicating with those hosts more. And Chris Marler, who works with us at LouisianaSports.net, is locked on South Carolina. So, that would have been such an easy one. It just wasn't. It just wasn't top of mind. That's my bad. Make defense great again. South Alabama is a better running offense than Nichols. It will be interesting to see if the defense can run for all 4 quarters. No doubt. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. Very good. That's good feedback. I appreciate it. Eric Wilderotter, looking for silver linings. Do you think no Perkins helps to free up Baker calling defense instead of constantly having to worry about trying to fit him into a scheme? No. And I understand the question, but no, because they had moved him. He was playing the will and he was playing star and he wasn't playing straight off the ball anymore. And the versatility makes you less predictable, meaning you don't know if Perkins is going to blitz from the edge or blitz from the middle and stunt, or if he's going to drop in coverage, or spy somebody. You take that guy off the field and you take a very versatile piece off the field that the offense has to account for. And anytime you're taking away variables, it just makes any equation easier, right? Just think about math. You take a variable out of an equation, it just makes it an easier equation. Chance Babin, was nice hearing from Coach McMahon and Mulkey this week. I think the men are a returning team. The women have the deepest roster yet. Yeah, they opened practice this week. Men started yesterday. Ronnie Duga, Jason H., good morning. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Uncle Scott. I'm glad that's never going to go away. Real quick, I need to go stop Drew's backpack or his music and turn on his lights and get him rolling a little bit. So give me 30 seconds. In the meantime, enjoy this.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You come tell everybody good morning? Are you going to say good morning? Oh, is that light so bright? I'm sorry, I'll turn the light off so you can see. There you go.
Gordy.
Gordy. So, hey, do you want to tell everybody good morning?
Good morning, Dad.
Oh, that was so sweet. Hey, what's on your jammies? Is that a moose?
Yes.
Is that a moose? Yeah. Hey, where are you going today?
Yes, I know.
New St. Lillian. Okay. All right, you done? Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. There you go. Okay. All right. Brad David, if the Saints go 9-8 and miss the playoffs, should Dennis Allen get fired? You know my feeling on it, but it's more along the lines of will he? And I don't think he would. Jacob Thompson, good morning. Tommy Primo, wife scored me a bottle of Blanton's and Weller 12. She loves me. Very good, Tommy. Congrats. It's hunting season, y'all. Tony Williams, good morning. Rusty Abear, good morning. Hey, Gulf South, good morning. Let's see. Sluke and his parents are to blame for the situation. NIL is legal now and need to do some shady background. No need to do some shady background deal. Don't be dumb. Get a contract. He quit on his teammates. Hope his career is over. Yeah, that's just not how everything works. There aren't contracts like that. NIL deals are spoken deals. I don't even believe that contracts like that would be enforceable. So, no, that's actually not right at all. What exactly is an iota? An iota is a measurement. Let's see. Let's look that up. Oh, it's the 9th letter of the Greek alphabet, and it's also an extremely small amount. The definition is an extremely small amount. Patrick Berglass. Morning, Matt. If we play like we have the last few weeks, we could be on upset alert. I still think we overpower them. We have to take the points. We have opportunities. Game's too important to fool around like we did against Philly. Going forward on 4th down. Did you just combine comments on LSU and the Saints there? I think you might have done that. Dale, NIL coming to high school players, middle school next. Maybe it would be good for GMEX. I'll tell you, Dale, while there is certainly drums, there is certainly an appeal for pro athletes and college athletes to be able to monetize. There's no doubt. The scalability with the Game Changers platform is with youth and high school athletes. In the same way, Dale, that like, I don't know if it was the same for you, but for me, like when I played baseball or football, we'd have picture day at the beginning of the season, right? You wear a uniform, you take a picture, and then your parents could buy, a 5x7, whatever, the wallet size photos. They could buy the little playing cards. You know what I mean? This will be a digital asset that kids will be able to have of themselves that they could trade with their friends, that their family could have on their phones. Like, there's no doubt that is the scalability with the platform. It's incredible. Like, imagine your kid, like you're at your kid's basketball game, you're videoing, he hits the game winning 3-pointer. You will be able to take that video and have an augmented reality trading card with a physical asset as well, with that on the asset. It's kind of incredible. Like I'm very excited, put it to you that way. I'm as excited as I've ever been for it. But yes. Daniel Mortimer, I think it's obvious LSU D-line and linebackers aren't the problem. It's the secondary. I don't know that that's obvious to everybody, but it should be becoming more and more obvious now. On3 reported Bear Alexander's opting out, redshirting. Yeah, they're not reporting that. Like, he disclosed that on the record. So, Bear Alexander announced he's leaving. Yeah, so he's leaving USC. And interesting. Guy who started his career at Georgia, went to SC. I think that was an NIL thing, or a playing time thing. I don't know. But you start to look at a guy like that when he keeps leaving high-profile places and it doesn't work out. Whoops. Yeah, I think at some point it's fair to say, is he just not that great of a player? Because if he was, wouldn't he be playing? I think that's probably a fair assumption. It was like Ishmael Sopsher, remember, from Amit, the defensive lineman that went to Bama, then went to USC, and he never really stuck, never really worked. Garrett, are you and Cole Kublik friends? We are. Was listening to his show, and he had a completely opposite take on Sluka. As do a lot of media. Got me thinking if y'all have ever been on each other's shows. Yeah, so Cole used to come on AFR every Monday during football season, and then he did he started that show, and I don't get to see it, but it's the film study show he does on Mondays with Roman Harper. So he goes up to Charlotte for SEC Network to do that show on Mondays, which is because he's traveling that day, it's hard for him to come on the show. But Cole's great. I love having Cole on the show. And I go on him, Mac and Cube. It's Greg McElroy, Cole Kublik is the morning show on Jocks FM in Birmingham. So I go on with them a lot. It's the Rainy in 71. It's Chicken Shack. Lowell Cormier, good morning. Justin, morning, no kidding. Your takes are the best. Excuse me. They make the most sense and the most realistic. You the man, brother. Have a great day. God bless you and your family. May the Lord Jesus Christ be glorified. Amen to that, Justin. Thanks for the positive thoughts this morning. God bless you and your family as well. Have a great day, man. Scone is the GOAT. Jason, if I'm going to be the GOAT, can we at least spell it right? Come on, dog. I know the vowels get everybody, bro. Brent, good morning. Mr. English Tigers channel. Okay. Good morning. Here's all the Drew ones. Good morning, everybody. If Kim Mulkey's still single, I think this maybe is the year I ask her to marry me. Okay, Lowell, shoot your shot. I don't think she is, but you can shoot your shot. Brian Williams, yeah. Let's see. Hey, Dad, good morning. Kyle, good morning. Seth, Scone and T-Day. It is. Thank you very much, Seth. Scone and T-Day. So T-Bob and I will be live at Curbside on Government Street starting at 7 o'clock. So I'll jet over there after the show. Hope to see a lot of you at Curbside. If you're in Baton Rouge, you're looking for dinner plans tonight. Cool indoor, outdoor, great place to bring the kids. You can bring the kids to Curbside. The outdoor space, there's tables all outdoors, TVs outdoor. We're set up outdoors. We're supposed to have the speakers working today. Last week we didn't have the speakers set up to where you could hear us, but I think we should have the speakers set up to where if you're outside, you'll be able to hear the show as well. Andrew, LSU has an easy schedule this year too. I don't understand what's going on with this team. Yeah, Andrew, I disagree with you. They don't have an easy schedule this year. You played two Big Ten teams in the non-conference, USC and UCLA. You had to go to South Carolina. Ole Miss, Bama are both playoff contenders. You've got to go to Florida, back-to-back games at Arkansas, at A&M, and both of them look improved. I don't know how you say that this is an easy schedule. I don't know if any SEC schedule is ever easy. Tim, good morning. Strong side. Do you think Bregman's time is done in Houston? I do. Patrick. Okay, got it. You're all good. All good. Jeff, Charlie, Bubba. Good morning, y'all. Glad to see everybody here. You go. It's all good, Jason. I'm just messing with you, dude. I hate, by the way, as much as I love talk to text, like voice text for the convenience, as much of a grammaticist as I am, I hate voice text. How much it screws up. Wacky Chris, Scone, Cube, and Josh Pate need to do a show. Bald Bros Sports. Sure, I'm down. The price is right. Let's do it. Deborah, good morning. Irfan Sayad Gamorgan. Jude Dufour, bring back old segment, announcer 1045, new girl, thumbs down. Cool. Don't care about your opinion. We're not changing back. Derek Butts, we out here talking about South Alabama. Ole Miss is going to rearrange our guts. I don't feel so good, Mr. Scone man. So, Derek, here's what I would tell you. Number one, Ole Miss hasn't Ole Miss hasn't been tested. Okay, that's fair to say. I would almost, and by the way, I'm treading carefully because I think Ole Miss is very good. Like by the way, from the beginning of the season, when we did our preseason SEC rankings order finish, I had Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss. And I've not seen anything to change my mind on that. I still think Ole Miss is the third best team in the league behind those two. They've not been tested. So, and the spot on the schedule, which I've talked about, still matters. Ole Miss has to go to South. They play Kentucky, at South Carolina, at LSU. So blue. So that will be the third consecutive SEC game and back-to-back SEC road games for Ole Miss. So the spot matters. Also, Tiger Stadium full throat, you understand, like it's never easy to go on the road and play, and that's going to be a heck of an environment. I'm with you that Ole Miss is a better, deeper team than LSU right now. That's true right now. That is, I think, objectively true. We'd all agree on that. That doesn't mean LSU goes and plays well this weekend, has 2 weeks to prepare for Ole Miss, 2 weeks to get healthy, and have a great crowd and go play its best game and let chips fall where they may. We'll see. Let's see. Gulf South, I noticed most former college players blame Sluka for quitting on his teammates. Most regular media guys blame the coach. Guess the media heads stick together. LOL, except T-Bob. LOL. I don't know. He just said Cole was okay with Sluka. I really don't think that there's that line of demarcation, Gulf South. I think it really is more 90-10 people blaming Sluka for leaving and quitting. It doesn't matter if you're asking former players or media or fans or whoever you're asking. And I don't really think it even matters if you played, if you're a fan, if you're a media. It's just, I think it's just more when you examine what the situation is. I just believe when it comes to NIL, there's just so much groupthink. Y'all know my feeling all along with NIL and everything. Like I am I am an extremist with NIL and the portal. But most people hate it because the change has made them uncomfortable and it has weakened. It has lessened. It has created instability, and people don't like instability. That doesn't bother me. Like I'm okay with change. I'm okay in chaos. I'm okay with instability. Like I feel like just on a personal level, like I can thrive in that. That's kind of why I do the job I do every day. Like yesterday, for example, Mike Greenberg was supposed to be the first segment of AFR. Then you're live on air. There is nowhere to go. We're expecting him to call right at 3:00. He doesn't call. And on a dime, you got to pivot. Well, that's very unsettling. It just doesn't bother me. But similarly, like there's things that other people are very good at that I'm terrible at. It just, I just think it's a matter of preference. Like I said, I've said this for as long as we've talked about NIL. When people talk about NIL and the portal and all, why shouldn't you hear that? It's, well, he should be loyal and he should be committed. And what happened to team first? And they're ruining the tradition of college football. And like in my day, it's all intangible nonsense. I mean, it's no different conceptually than the guy who just caught Shohei Ohtani's 50th home run ball and he wouldn't give it back. I don't blame him. I wouldn't give it back. What, like, someone just handed you a lottery ticket and you're supposed to give it back because why? Because the guy wants for a signed jersey and a signed bat? No. No, I'll go sell this at auction and make $1 million. If he wants it, he can buy it at auction. Oh my God, it's 7:48. I gotta go. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all have an awesome day, y'all. All of our sponsors, they are linked in the description on YouTube. They're tagged in the post on Facebook. Shout out to Brock and Parrish. Need an orthopedic, go to Brock. You need a roof, call Parrish. Unique Physique, Restored Motions. Weight loss shots, the injections for weight loss, Unique Physique, Restored Motions. You got pain. Book a session with Crystal Poche. Okay, y'all. Locked on LSU is live. It's our crossover episode with Dave Schultz from Locked on Sunbelt and AFR3. We'll see y'all. Have an awesome day. Peace.